Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Q&A. Today's question is, how do you stay positive in the face of uncertainty? What keeps you going every day? To stay positive in the face of uncertainty has a lot to do with our beliefs about life. Do we feel that life is a welcoming place, or do we fear life? Do we feel that we are supported? Do we trust that we'll be supported? Or do we navigate life as a victim and feel that life is happening to us and we're afraid of what will happen in the future? A lot of it has to do with our habit of living with change, right? Do we introduce change voluntarily, or do we hold on to the way things have always been done before? Because the uncertainty is only frightening if we expect the worst, right? If we allow the thought that the future, the uncertain future, can also bring us all kinds of wonderful, incredible things, then we're not afraid of it. So once again, what is your attitude toward life? What are your beliefs about life? And how do you navigate life, whether you are a co-creator with it, an active participant, or are you a victim that is holding on to something from the past and feels that life is throwing you around without any warning? I feel that ever since I've become more mindful in my relationship with life, I've become less afraid of it, because then I am more aware of each moment. It's important to understand that the future consists of series of now, right? It's a sequence of now moments. So the future doesn't come suddenly. It is a result of the choices and decisions that we make in the now. So how present are we in our life in the now? Do we spend so much time in the past, ruminating, hating the choices we've made, or clinging to the past, being nostalgic about what was? Or are we thinking often about the future, fearing the future, catastrophizing about the future? Or do we realize that the future consists of the now, sequence of now moments? So are you present in the now? Because when we're in the now, we are mostly in our body and in the sensory experience that each moment presents to us. Anytime we're in the past or in the future, we're in our mind. And our mind feels much safer in the familiar. So the mind will always be afraid of something uncertain, because then it feels that it will be unsafe. But in the present moment, we're always safe, unless you're facing real and present danger, an accident, you're dealing with, you're fighting with a tiger, you're running away from a train. Unless you're actually dealing with real and present danger, you're safe. You're safe. You're safe in your body. You're safe in your life. So ability to redress yourself to the present moment, to bring yourself back to the present moment if you are stuck in worry about the uncertain future, is what was really, really helpful to me. So what does it mean to be in the present moment? It means embodying your body, being in touch with your senses. For example, right now I'm sitting down. I feel supported by the solid structure that on which I'm sitting, a chair. If we're standing, we can feel the solid ground under our feet and feel supported. We can focus on our breath going in and out of our body, and we are present for the senses. We can feel the cooling autumn air, and that awakens our senses. So once again, when we're in our body, when we're in our senses, we're in the present moment and out of the mind, which is either stuck in the future or the past. What is your relationship with change, right? Do you go through life making choices that repeat the past? What is your relationship with change? if you never introduce change in your life, if you always choose the same decisions you've made before, chances are change will feel like a very disrupting thing, and then it will create fear. So can you start introducing change into your everyday life so that you understand how resilient you are and how many resources we actually have within us to deal with the uncertain future? It's important to understand also that life actually is always uncertain. The future is always undecided and completely unpredictable. And every time we think we got the future, that we have our perfect plans, we've visualized it to perfection, life will surprise you, because there will always be situations and factors that will not be able to control. So there is always going to be an element of surprise. Life is always unpredictable. The future is always, to a degree, unknown and undecided. However, the future doesn't just happen to us by accident or suddenly. The future consists of the series of present moments. So how present can we be in the now to make the decisions that are right for us, to make conscious decisions about what's happening in our life now, and not based on fears that we imagine about the future. So how do I stay positive in the face of uncertainty? Well, through a serious personal crisis that I've been living in the last several years, I have come to face uncertainty many times, and I understand the fear that it produces when we're not used to dealing with it daily. I understand the fear. I understand the discomfort of uncertainty. However, once I realize that I'm an active co-creator of my life, once I realize that I am in tune with life, I am always present. Well, I try, because of course I'm just like everyone else, and my mind does have a tendency also to think about what could go wrong. But today I choose the thoughts that I entertain about the future. I understand that the future is unpredictable and all kinds of things can happen. However, I trust today my ability to deal with whatever life throws my way. So the way I deal with uncertainty is I rely on my own resources. I continue working on consciously choosing my thoughts. I am no longer a victim of my thoughts. I am now the master of my thoughts. I choose what I try to focus my attention on. I try not to ruminate about the past, because the past is over. We cannot correct it, so it's a waste of time. And I try not to go too far into the future, besides a few intentions about what some of the things that I'd like to experience still. But the future is also, it's not here yet. So really the only way to navigate life and understand that we can control life only in the present moment. How can we control life in the present moment? We can make decisions as to what is actually happening now, and not because of the fear of the future. So what keeps me going every day? It's just this, because I no longer view life as something frightening. I see life as an adventure, and I understand that there will be things that will be less pleasant than others, but I no longer attach to pleasant things, and I no longer cling or attach to things that I enjoy. I understand that what goes up must come down, but what goes down must come up as well. So I have this more philosophical relationship with life, and I understand that nothing is permanent and that the only constant is change. So if we understand that life will be continuously evolving and always changing, then we can create this relationship with it that is more in philosophical detachment, and also in present moment. And in the present moment, we always make decisions based on what's happening now. And I don't need to make decisions about the future just in case, because I really don't have all the information yet. I don't have all the elements yet. I only know what is happening now. So you can choose what you can do about your future by making the choices in the now, spending more and more time in the present moment, whether it's through breathing or movement or doing things that allow you to go into the flow, something that brings you pleasure, something that brings you joy, or just stillness and calm. And understand that life is forever evolving and that each one of us is evolving constantly. Even the things that are unseen in our bodies are constantly evolving. So the future, the age, the changes don't just happen suddenly. They're actually happening continuously and constantly. So let's just understand and be realistic about what life is and that it's forever changing. And that the only thing that hurts about change is actually our resistance to it. When we understand that life is change and things are forever changing, we then learn to live with it and are not afraid of it. So you are the master of your thoughts. Your thoughts don't control you. You control your thoughts. And this is what gets me going every day. I understand that at every moment, I can choose how I react to life, what I accept, what I'm willing to change within myself, because there are very few outside circumstances that we're actually capable of changing, but we can always change our own attitude toward life. Thank you for your attention. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next week.